I was born in a Christian home, born and raised church every Sunday. No option, it's loving family. They were always there for me, they were supportive. They sheltered me. And so there came a point in my life in high school where I slipped away, and the more I started to slip away from and I'll be honest with you guys, I started getting into, in high school I got into pornography and sexual addiction. And I mean, I'm not embarrassed to stand here and tell you guys that, because it's a real thing, but nobody's talking about it. So I'm going to be here and I'm going to say that you're not alone. But so I went from junior year. That's when everything started happening, where I was getting in fights. I was going out, smoking weed, getting drunk, not coming home. And my parents, it was breaking our relationship. This Christian kid, that's born and raised in the church, what's going on. And there came a point senior year when it got so out of hand. I finally had gotten a car. I ended up totaling the car. I was drifting in the parking lot with some friends. Almost went up on a grass hill by inches, missing a cinder block that would have killed my friend. And so senior year came, and the day before finals, I get woken up at 3 a.m. that morning by two huge Samoan dudes, and they come into my bedroom and they say, "Get up." I'm like, "What? What's going on?" "Get up, you're coming with us." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Rips off my blanket. I see my mom and dad standing behind them bawling. I'm like, what's going on, They handcuff me, throw me in a car, in the Chevy Suburban. Next thing I know, I'm on the road for 14 hours with four men I don't even know who they are, and I'm handcuffed to the seatbelt. What's going on? I get to this, the best way for me to describe it is a boarding school in Redding, California, right on the border of California. There I'm found with 18 other kids around my age, maybe 2 or 3 that were my age. It varied from age 17 till age even 13 and 14. So basically I went through this boarding school. This boarding school, it was really hard, man. I don't want to get into detail, but it wasn't your average boarding school. I almost call it like jail, because it's like you fend for yourself. I didn't see my parents for 2 months after I got there. I couldn't even write them letters. I started doing school there, which sucked, because the day they took me up there was finals day. So I didn't get credit for all first semester. So I had to restart senior year. I had caught wind from one of the older guys saying that, when you turn 18, you can leave. You know that, right? You can sign yourself out. You're an adult. Oh, cool. So what do? I go and I try to get my schooling done as fast as possible. And of course I did. And when I turned 18, I signed myself out. And that started just the pit that I was in for 3 years. I was homeless. It started, I'm walking down this mountain 3 hours before I hitch a ride from a trucker. He talks to me. He gives me $100, and I go to the local McDonald's. My computer that I had to take from the school, and I was looking at bus passes, trying to get my friends to come pick me up. Everyone's telling me to get a bus pass, so I end up finding a bus pass down to Santa Ana, where I lived at the time, knowing that my mom wasn't going to let me move back home because I did not stay. She made it very clear, if you don't graduate this program, you cannot live with us. But I chose, no, my friends got me. My friends got my back. I'm chilling, And thank God, God was with me the whole time. My mom was messaging me on Facebook. I didn't even hit her back. I just said, "Mom, stop worrying about me or annoying me. Bye." My mom has no idea where her son is. And I found a bus ticket, Greyhound, for $88. I was able to spend $88 and get some food. That's when it all started, man. That's when I fell back. That's when I started smoking weed all day, every single day. I was living with friends on couches of theirs. Every month, their parent would tell me to leave. Just a lot of hurt. I got to a point where I was doing Xanax constantly. I used to make music, But that music was so dark, it was me pissed at God, like as if it was his fault, you know? But it came to a point where I had to move out to Portland. And this is my first time kind of being back around the area in Seattle, and it's just so crazy because I was just so lost. And I moved to Portland, came back home, was sober for about 5 months, and then I relapsed. That's when I got kicked out again from my own house. And I lived out in Texas on the streets for about 7 months, where I called my friends were meth heads, you know, and I've recently moved home as of January, and I'm a year sober, off pot, off all drugs. I don't even take the prescription, even if the doctor prescribes me it. But let me just say that God, I don't know, it's on my heart, just that we don't need to be, God forgives us no matter what, guys. It doesn't matter what you do, man. Like, God is there and he's going to forgive you, I promise. Because just as the verse of the day today, it says, God's not done with us until we finish his work of spreading the good grace that he has. And if my God's going to have grace on me for all that crap that I did, why wouldn't he have that on anyone else? And I'm not going to listen to what, you know, these people that tell me, no, you have to live right or you're not worthy. No, this is what God, you have to live like this. No, man, it's a relationship with God. That's it, period. Your relationship with God, you know, he will always love you. So I really want to do the song Awaken right now. This is a really spiritual song. Can I have a water real quick? This is a really, this is a song I wrote about halfway through. I felt like God really kind of spoke to me, and I want you guys to hear it and replace your name. Like when I say Austin, you replace your name. And it just goes so well because it's just so true. So can we do that song, Awaken?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes.
Lord, be with us.
Amen.
It's so good, man. It's so good.
Right.
I pray, dude, it's about to be heavy. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. 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 Lazy here and lazy there. What you doing now? Kick back and drink. So that's your style now. When I be giving you the blessings, I continue to question the strength of the one. You say me in my opinion, continue to keep sinning, feeling like I ain't worth nothing. But let me tell you, boy, something, I love you more than your favorite season. I'm sick and tired of the teasing, cold sweats and I'm wheezing. Open my mind, I'm being deceived and I'm reaching, I'm peaking, I'm leaking of condemnation. Take this away, evaporation, and talk to me via the conversation. Igniting this self-blame, paint a vivid picture, darkness covering this frame. But I'm still shot declaring victory in his name. Cause he touched you once, your life can never be the same. I'm trying to refrain from his movement in my life. Am I insane? Just your steadiness in my heart and peace in my brain. Maybe one day I'll learn to dismiss his pain. Maybe one day I'll turn to my soul rather than listening to my brain. Cause when I start thinking, I'm an animal, breaking out of my cage, ripping up my membrane, my rockets away, shooting stars and flying trains. I don't understand this world or these feelings. I just know I'm a patient who he's healing. I'm kneeling cause his presence is enough. Yes, his presence is enough. Trying to make it on my own strength, but it's way too tough and it's so rough. Lord, I look to you to call me on my bluff. Cause it's your love and it's your mercy that truly set me free, telling me to breathe deep, world wisdom coming cheap. I called you to lead my sheep, but shepherd I can't. Yes you can. Keep your eyes folks, I'll take you by your hand. Carry your voice through the seas, crashing through the lands. Yes you can. Am I not who I am? I am who I am. You do all that you can. And I promise to always be your second hand. I'm not done with you. Watch me walk through you. Watch me flow through you. White knuckle shaking, you won't know what to do. I'll show you all that that you were destined to be, because I love you and cause you're mine. I thought I'd share it with you while you write this rhyme. We gon' take our time, watch how bright this little light of mine will shine. And maybe one day I'll learn to dismiss this pain. Maybe one day I'll turn to my soul rather than listen to my brain.
Yeah.
Bless up, yeah. Praying to my Lord, I look up. Yeah. You know Daddy got me hook up.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you guys for that. Do you guys want another song?